A very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Dhaval Chandarana, and we are discussing a unit number 3 of our CI subject. Guys, we will discuss the introductions about AWS because of GTU syllabus. They are focusing mainly on AWS and the different tasks which should be currently happen in the AWS technology. In form of cloud infrastructure and services, as we know that AWS, it is the giant organization who can share a 33% of all over the world. So it is a really big organizations who can provide the cloud services, and that's why we will discuss all the details things which we are really important to understand how a cloud service provide, and how the different things which is really important to understand a different services which is provided by the cloud infrastructure and services. Guys, today we will discuss the last lecture of unit number 3. It is nothing but the introductions of AWS. In a previous lecture we will discuss the infrastructure of AWS. In this particular lecture we will discuss a 4 different concept with a different functionality and facility which is provided by the AWS. All the services should be divided in form of availability zone, region, edge and region edge locations. So guys, I hope you are complete all this video till whatever we discuss in this particular subject. And if you have found any doubt regarding whatever we discuss in this particular lectures as well as in our previous lecture, please contact me. We will solve out all the doubts as much as possible. Now we will start with the today's lecture with a 2 different concept, AWS services and AWS ecosystem. Guys, it is the last thing which we are discussing in this particular lectures. So please be patient and see all the constraint which we are discussing in throughout this video lecture. So we'll start with the today's topic is AWS services. In this AWS services, list covers the huge catalog of services offered by the Amazon Web Services. Guys, whatever we discuss in today's lecture, it is just for AWS services, because we are on a platform which we are discussing in concept of AWS. So whatever we are discussing in form of services, it is a part of AWS. This service range from the core computer product like EC2 to a newer release like AWS Depressors. It is the use for a machine learning. So we will discuss all from beginning to the up to the latest one in this particular lecture. There are the currently 190 unique services provided by AWS, which is divided into the 24 categories which are listed below. So જે અત્યારના આપણે આ લેક્ચરમાં પર્ટિક્યુલર ડિસ્કસ કરવાના છે એ AWSની ક્લાઉડ કોમ્પ્યુટિંગની સર્વિસીસ છે. એ લોકો 190 યુનિક સર્વિસ પ્રોવાઈડ કરે છે જે એકચ્યુઅલમાં ક્લાઉડ કોમ્પ્યુટિંગની સર્વિસીસ છે, અને એને 24 ડિફરન્ટ કેટેગરીઝની અંદર લિસ્ટ આઉટ કરેલા છે. ગાઈઝ, 190 યુનિક સર્વિસીસ ડિસ્કસ કરવી પોસિબલ નથી, 24 categories પણ ડિસ્કસ કરવાનું પોસિબલ નથી. So I will just mention the name of 24 different categories which should be provided by AWS in form of cloud services. So it is the services which we are discussing in the today's lecture is they have defined, or we can say divided in the 24 unique categories. It should be defined in form of analytics, applications integrations, AR and VR, virtual reality. It is really used in currently on movies as well as on gaming zones. AWS cost management, blockchain. It is the latest technology are currently available for the IT industries. Business applications, computer in form of hardware, in form of software. We will discuss in 3 different services like IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Customer engagement, database. They have provide lots of database services in different requirements. Then a developer tools, end users computing, game tech, internet on things, IoT, machine learning. It is the latest one. Management and governance, media services, migrations and transfer. Who can transfer his or her data in form of cloud, in form of local server to the cloud server. It is nothing but a migration and transfer. Mobile development and mobile applications, networking and content of delivery, robotics, satellites, security, identity and the compliances, and the storage. Guys, there are the 24 category broadly divided in a 190 unique services which is provided by the AWS. Some of the services known as EC2, it is nothing but the elastic computer cloud. It is nothing but a virtual machine in the cloud on which you have the OS level control. Second thing, it is a light shell. It is a part of AWS computer services which we are discussing. EC2, light shell. Light shell, it is nothing but the cloud computing tools automatically deployed and the manages the computer storage and the network capabilities. Then third thing, it is the elastic benchtools. It is nothing but the tool offered to automated deployment and the provisionings of resources like highly scalable productions, websites. Then AWS Lombards, it is one of the computer services which is really boosted in nowadays. It is a AWS services allow you to run a functions in the cloud. The tool is a big cost service for you. You as pay only when you functions executed. So it is one kind of API kind of concept where we can reuse a functionality in concept of AWS Lombards. Then in form of migrations, or we can say migration and transfer, AWS provide a DMS. It is nothing but a database migration services. SMS is nothing but a server migration services. And the third thing, it is known as a snowball. All the three things it should be part of a migrations transfer, and lots of things which we are converted in form of migration and transfer when our technology should be updated when, and our development should be not updated in form of a latest technology. So for that we will discuss a migration and transfer services, and for that AWS provide a three different concept. DMS, it is nothing but a database migration services. SMS, it is nothing but a server migration services. And the third thing, it is known as a snowball. Then in form of storage, we will discuss Amazon Glaciers. It is the extremely low cost storage which we are discussing in unit number 4. So we will discuss in detail or in depth in unit number 4. Especially they will mention a AWS Glaciers topic in form of database services. Then which we are discussing in different form, it is nothing but EBS, elastic block storage. Then the third thing which is so provided by the AWS is nothing but a AWS storage gateway. It is also provide a different platform through which a organization store his or her personal informations. Then in form of security, identity and compliances, they have provide IAM. It is one of the best services provided by the AWS till now in form of security, which we are discussing in depth in unit number 4. So it is nothing but IAM is identity and the access management. Who can access your data? How they can access your data? What are the different stage they can penetrate if they want to access the informations? So it is nothing but the authentication and integrations concept where the AWS provide for the personal and private information. So it is a IAM, identity and access management in form of security, identity and compliances. Then inspectors, certification manager, WF, web applications firewall, cloud directories, KMS, key management services, organizations, shield, message and guard duty. It is also take part in form of different services in a category of security, identity and compliances. Then a different database services is known as Amazon RDS, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Elastic Cache, Neptune and the Amazon Redshift. It is a database services provided by the AWS. Then in form of analytical services, they provide a different services like Antenna. It is the analytical service allow pump to SQL query on your S3 buckets to find files. So whenever some organization will take a facility of SQL database services in form of cloud, And if they want to find some information in form of analytical view, like in form of graphs, in form of charts, in form of data mining concept, they can use Antenna services with help of S3 bucket find the files. Then a cloud search, they can provide the AWS services to create a fully managed search engine for your websites. Then Elasticsearch, Knicksys, Kicksites, EMR, it is one of the analytical services known as Elastic MapReduce and the data pipeline. So guys, it is the things which we are take a part in form of analyticals category. Then we will discuss some managemental and government services. It is nothing but a CloudWatches, its form of EC2 and RDS interface, Cloud Formations, CloudTails, OpsWorks, Config, Service Catalog, AWS Autoscaling, System Manager and Managed Services. Those all the services are belong to the management and governance categories. Then we will discuss the IoT concept. In form of IoT, they have provided a different 4 services known as IoT Core, IoT Device Management, IoT Analytics and the Amazon Free RTOS. So it is a concept of IoT Internet on Thing categories. Then in form of application services, they have used a different concept as per the users and market requirement. A step functions, SWF simple workflow services, SNS simple notification services, SQS it is a simple queuing services and Elastic Transstore. So guys, whatever we are discussing in this particular in form of just name, they have provided the different facility and functionality as per the current requirement in form of different categories, and it is a take part of 90 unique services which is provided by the Amazon Web Services. Then in the form of deploy and management, they have provided AWS CloudTail, AWS CloudWatches and AWS Cloud HSM. In form of developer tools, it is a third party concept through which a developer can use a facility to help its development concept like CodeStar, code commits, code builds, code deploys, code pipeline and Cloud9. So it is known as a developer tools. Then in form of mobile services, Mobile Hub allow you to add, configure and design features of mobile applications. So whenever some Android or Mac OS developer want to access or build some of the application in form of cross platform on a single platform without installing any software in his or her laptop, so they can use a simple services known as Mobile Hub, through which they can configure and design the features of mobile applications. Then Cognitone's device form and AWS application synchronizations. Then in form of business productivity or business applications, they have used Alexa for business, Shimin, WorkDocs and WorkMails. It is a requirement whenever you develop your business in form of cloud services. Then some of the concept like artificial intelligence, AI, at that time they can use Alex, Polly, reconnaissances, Segamakits, transcribes and translates. In form of AR, VR, argument realities and the virtual reality, they provide a single services in form of Sumerians. Sumerians is a set of tool for the offering high quality virtual reality in non-VR experience on the web. This service allow you to create interactive 3D scenes and publish it as a website for the user access. So it is the concept of AR and a VR, and for this AWS provide a Sumerians services. Then in form of game development, or we can say game tech, they provide a GameLift. GameLift, it is a service which is managed by the AWS. You can use these services to host a dedicated game server. It is allow you to scale assemblies without taking your game offline. So everything should be take a part in form of online, and you never be required to any of the software install on your particular system. Then they have provide a different concept which actually require in nowadays in form of custom blockchain, in form of media services and lots of things. So guys, it is a thing which we are discussing in concept of AWS services. I hope you remember as much as possible form of in category and form of in different services. Now it is the last things which we are discussing in form of unit number 3, introductions of AWS. It is known as a AWS ecosystem. In general, a cloud ecosystem is the complex system to interdependent component that all work together to enable a cloud services. In a cloud computing, the ecosystem consists of hardware and a software as well as cloud customers, cloud engineers, consultants and integrators and the partners. So જ્યારે આપણે કોઈ ક્લાઉડ ઇકોસિસ્ટમની ડિસ્કશન કરીએ છીએ ત્યારે એનો મેઇન કન્સેપ્ટ એવો છે કે જેટલા ક્લાઉડ સર્વિસીસ યુઝ કરે છે એ પછી એઝ એ યુઝર હોય, એઝ એ એન્જિનિયર્સ હોય, એઝ એ કન્સલ્ટન્સીસ હોય ઓર એઝ એ ઇન્ટિગ્રેટર્સ હોય, integrators partner, or we can say third party partners, who can access a service in form of hardware or software. They have access all the system with together in concept of centralized system. It is nothing but a cloud ecosystem, but they are working with the interdependence components, means they are connected with each and everything which is provided by AWS on a different platform or in form of different requirements. So AWS Web Services is the market leader in form of IaaS, infrastructure as a services, and PaaS, platform as a services, for the cloud ecosystem. So whenever we discuss an ecosystem in form of cloud services, you must be remember that Amazon, it is a market leader in form of IaaS and PaaS, in form of ecosystem, which can be combined to create a scalable cloud applications without worrying about a delay related to infrastructure provisions like computer, storage and the network and a management. And guys, we know that we getting everything in form of a virtual services in form of cloud which is provided by the Amazon. In the previous slides, we will discuss a different 24 categories, and in form of 24 categories they have different 190 unique services. So I think you know that what are the different things which is provided by the Amazon and in a very cheap cost. With the AWS, you can select the specific solutions you need and only pay for the exactly what you use. So it is one of the biggest advantage in a cloud services, because જેટલી વસ્તુ આપણે યુઝ કરીએ છીએ અને જેટલા ટાઈમ માટે આપણે યુઝ કરીએ છીએ એટલું જ પેમેન્ટ આપણે કરવાનું છે. જો આપણે કોઈ સર્વિસની કરંટની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ નથી તો આપણે એ પર્ટિક્યુલર સર્વિસ માટે કરંટ જે કાંઈ પણ પેમેન્ટ છે એ કરવાનું નથી. જે સર્વિસીસ તમારી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે, જે સર્વિસીસ તમે અત્યારના કરંટલી યુઝ કરો છો એટલું જ પેમેન્ટ તમારે કરવાનું છે, in form of resulting a lower capital expenditure and a faster times to value without sacrificing applications performance or the user's experience. So what was the first thing which we are doing to with the ecosystem, how the ecosystem will be work, means સૌથી પહેલા તો આપણને ખબર હોવી જોઈએ કે ecosystem work કઈ રીતે કરે છે. So the center of cloud ecosystem is a public cloud provider. It might be as IaaS or in form of Amazon Web Services or a SaaS vendor such as Salesforce. So જ્યારે તમે ક્લાઉડ ઇકોસિસ્ટમની વાત કરો છો, so it is known as a public cloud. પબ્લિક ક્લાઉડનો મિનિંગ એવો છે, આપણે 3 પ્રકારના ક્લાઉડ જોયા હતા: પ્રાઇવેટ ક્લાઉડ, પબ્લિક ક્લાઉડ અને હાઇબ્રિડ ક્લાઉડ. પબ્લિક ક્લાઉડનો કન્સેપ્ટ એવો છે કે બધા જ જેટલા ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન છે એ પોતાનો પર્સનલ ડેટા એમાં સ્ટોર કરી એની બધી સર્વિસીસ એક્સેસ કરી છે ઇન ફોર્મ ઓફ પબ્લિકલી. એ બીજાને રાઇટ્સ પણ આપી શકે છે કે એનો ડેટા પોતે યુઝ કરી શકે અને એમાંથી એની ફંક્શનાલિટીનો જ્યારે પણ કોઈ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે ત્યારે ડેટાને રિકવર કરી શકે છે. In form of public cloud, they have divided in 2 different states, in form of IaaS, infrastructure as a services, in form of AWS, or SaaS, software as a services, vendor such as a Salesforce. Radiating out from the center of the cloud are the software companies that use a provider's anchors platform, as well as consultants and companies that have formed a strategical alliances with the anchors provider. There is a no vendor lock-in because these companies overlapping, making the ecosystem more complex. Like if we take one example, AWS is the center of its own ecosystem, but it also a part of the Salesforce system, or we can say Salesforce ecosystem. Salesforce run a number of its services on the AWS infrastructure, and a Salesforce customer can gain access through the device called as connector to piece of AWS such as its simple storage services. So guys, ecosystem એ તમને એક એવું પ્લેટફોર્મ પ્રોવાઈડ કરે છે કે જ્યાં તમારી બિઝનેસ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશનની તમારી કોઈ પણ સર્વિસીસ પબ્લિકલી તમે ડિપ્લોયડ કરી શકો છો અને જે લોકોને એની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ હશે તે ત્યાંથી યુઝ કરી શકશે. લાઈક હમણાં જે એક્ઝામ્પલ જોયું એમાં AWS એક સેન્ટર ઓફ ક્લાઉડ છે જેમાં AWSની એક સર્વિસીસ સેલ્ફોર્સ એમની અંદર ડિપ્લોયડ કરેલી છે. જ્યારે જેની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ હશે ત્યારે AWS એઝ અ ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર એ પોતા પણ એ સર્વિસીસ યુઝ કરશે ઇન ફોર્મ ઓફ AWS ઇકોસિસ્ટમ. સો આપણે એવું કહી શકીએ કે એમેઝોન એક એવું પ્લેટફોર્મ પ્રોવાઈડ કરે છે કે જ્યાં તમારી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ પ્રમાણેની તમે તમારી સર્વિસીસ ડિપ્લોયડ પણ કરી શકો છો અને જેટલી સર્વિસીસ અવેલેબલ છે ઇન ફોર્મ ઓફ પબ્લિક ક્લાઉડ યુ કેન યુઝ ઇટ એઝ પર યોર રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ and pay only whatever you use it. New and existing company can be build their digital infrastructures partially or the entirely in the cloud with the AWS, making on the premises data center a things of the past. The AWS cloud ensures the infrastructure's reliability, compliance with the security standards, and the ability to instantly grow or shrink your infrastructures to meet your needs and the maximize your budget, all without upfront investment in equipment. So guys, whatever we discuss in concept of ecosystem, it is nothing but the robust ecosystem provider cloud providers a customers with the easy way to find and purchase a business applications and response to changing a business needs. So we can update our particular system as well as our particular requirement in concept of ecosystem. When the applications are sold through a provider's app storage such as AWS Marketplace, Microsoft Azure or a Marketplace or the Microsoft App Store, the customer essentially has access to a catalog of a different vendors, software and the services that have already been voted and reviewed a security risk and cost. Like આપણે જ્યારે પણ કોઈ પણ એપ્લિકેશન્સ ડાઉનલોડ કરી છે કોઈ પણ પ્લેટફોર્મ ઉપરથી તો એમની અંદર એ એપ્લિકેશનના ફ્યુચર્સ, ફંક્શનાલિટી, રિમાર્ક્સ, એમાં કેટલી પ્રકારની સિક્યુરિટી અવેલેબલ છે, જેટલા યુઝરે એ પર્ટિક્યુલર એપ્લિકેશન ઇન્સ્ટોલ કરી છે અથવા તો યુઝ કરી છે એના રેટિંગ્સ અને બધી જ વસ્તુ તમને પ્રી ડિફાઇનેડ દેખાશે જેનાથી તમે તમારી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ પ્રમાણેની એપ્લિકેશન ફંક્શનાલિટી અને ફેસિલિટી પ્રોવાઈડ કરે છે કે નહીં એ તમે વેરીફાઈડ કરી શકો છો. જો તમે એપ્લિકેશનનો યુઝ કરશો તો તમને કેટલા એડવાન્ટેજીસ છે અને કેટલા ડિસએડવાન્ટેજ છે એ પણ તમે ઇઝીલી કમ્પેર કરી શકશો. સો ગાઈસ, ઇટ ઇઝ ધ થિંગ્સ વિચ ઇઝ we will discuss in for the today's lecture in form of introductions of AWS. Guys, I hope you are enjoy these lectures and learn some new things which is we are discussing in for the today's lecture. So guys, we will complete our unit number 3 into today's lecture in form of introductions of AWS. Thank you so much.